Hello and welcome to Blythe Business News. Today I'm joined by Graham Clarke, who's Chief Executive of Emmerson. Emmerson listed on the AIM market in London, a market capitalisation of around £19 million and a ticker, a symbol of EML. Emmerson is developing a potash mine in Morocco. Graham, welcome back on the programme. Let's start with Morocco because I'm sure many viewers will be aware of the terrible earthquake which occurred. What impact, if any, did that have on the company?
Well, I think first and foremost, Tim, obviously our hearts go out to those that were affected by that devastating earthquake that happened. We have a team out there, a Moroccan team, and I'm very pleased to say they're all safe and well along with their families. The recovery efforts are obviously the focus out there at the moment. And there were four countries invited to give assistance. So the UK, along with Qatar, the UAE and Spain. And I have to say, I've in communications with the British ambassador out there, the UK efforts have been very much appreciated in Morocco with the expertise of our teams that went out there. But the earthquake itself was some distance away from where the site will be. So there was no direct impact, but obviously sort of knock-on impacts because of the general position the country finds itself in, having to deal with a disaster like that.
Let's now turn to the operation at Chemset itself. Can you give us an update, Graham, on where we are with this, the application for the environmental permit, the approval of that application, and if I may, if I dare, I mean, how confident are you're going to get that in the near future?
Well, I remain very, very confident. We're convinced that we've dealt with any outstanding issues that would get in the way of ultimately getting a positive decision, and that's from knowing about the work that we've done, the questions that we've answered, the documentation we've provided, and also interactions in Morocco itself. So we remain confident. We're currently, as I'm sure you're aware and others are aware, awaiting a meeting of the ministerial committee, the national committee. That's where we referred the decision to at the end of the first half of the year, and we'd hoped there would have been a meeting by now, but obviously with recent events, we've got to wait for the government to get back to more normal activities. That committee will be chaired by the head of government and attended by various ministers from relevant departments, and we believe that we have answered all of the issues and taken anything off the table that could prevent a positive decision. So we remain very confident that we will get there.
Okay, let's turn to money for a moment, if we may. You've got some strategic investors in Emmerson, and they've shown their commitment, I guess, by because you're looking to replace an existing loan note. They've shown their willingness to do that. Tell us a bit more about that, please, and what does that renewed financial support mean for Emmerson and for the Chemset project?
Well, GSM, our strategic investor, have been very supportive, and they've reaffirmed their commitment to the project and the intent to renegotiate the facility. The facility that was in place was extended for a year, and obviously we would have hoped would have been in construction or close to construction by now, but that's not the case, as everybody is aware. But the intent is that they will renegotiate that once we get the approval in place, and they remain very committed to the project. The project is still the same project. The only impact has been the delay of the approval. It's still potash, a very important fertilizer product produced in a stable country with great access to all of the important markets. So the project remains the same. Their commitment is still there to help us deliver the project. So we're very, very pleased we've got them as our partner, and we'll move forwards with them.
Finally, Graham, I mean, you've been working hard on the project. I know you've got some technical work streams ongoing. What can you share with us about the progress over the last quarter on those work streams?
We're nearing completion now of the basic engineering. We have, made the focus onto the sort of water-related issues that are very, very important, obviously, in Morocco, and we've come up with some great optimizations for the project during the course of the work we've been doing. So that's nearing completion. Once we get the approval in place, we will sort of complete that work and sort of finalize the optimizations. And then the intent after that is to move forwards with the updating the feasibility study from 2020. It's a requirement from the banks because it's now 3 years down the line. So we will initiate the completion of a BFS, a bankable feasibility study, which will then take us forwards with the funding and towards construction.
Graham, thanks for that update. Good to see you. Come back and keep us informed. That was Graham Clarke, Chief Executive of Emmerson, updating us there on progress in Morocco. That's it for this edition of Blythe Ray Business News. Thanks for watching.